Welcome to episode officially 1 of
Comedians Indoors Getting Takeout.
Sound like you forgot for a moment.
We're in New York City still. We're at Point Break, which is a bar in Midtown. This is kind of a historic bar. Amy Schumer used to work here as a bartender.
Wow, she's a fantastic comedian. I'm a fan of hers.
Yeah, great comedian. We love you, Amy. And she had shows here back in the day, 8 years ago. And we've got a guest today, Mike Shvenderman. Let's talk about Christmas. How was your Christmas?
Christmas was good. A lot of good memories this year. It was a lot of fun. One of the better ones. Only 1 or 2 arguments and drunken situations, but it was really good. How was yours?
You know, there was drama, and we kind of worked it out. I made the crafts I made were these figurines.
Yeah, I saw them. They were pretty disturbing.
You think so? I don't know. My family loved them. The only thing about it was
Where can we see them?
You can see them on my Instagram account. I chose a noun and then an animal name. So it was like, news newt. And then I made like a newt, which is a lizard with a fedora and a pen.
Okay.
He's a news reporter.
Your Christmas sounds fantastic.
It was great, man. I had to make 12 of those. I feel like I was in like a sweatshop in my room. I was hiding it. I had to bake them in the middle of the night. During dinner, we had a guest, a couple, and they wanted to make an announcement. The wife said, I'm pregnant. We're having our first baby.
Wow.
And just in the moment, without thinking, I said, do you know who the father is? There was that dead silence.
Like, this isn't the Moby Povich show, okay? We know who the father is.
I mean, it was entirely comedic intention. Afterwards, I had to doubly ensure that it was totally a joke. We got the takeout. It's really delicious.
Once Christmas ends, what's a new thing?
Yeah.
New Year's. That's what's coming up, New Year's. And people are obsessed with New Year's resolutions. I don't understand what this is. People just love torturing themselves. They know that they're not going to accomplish this, but they want to write it down and have it staring at them in the face every day. I'm not accomplishing it. This is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's like they're hazing themselves. That's what it is. They're hazing themselves.
2013, for comedy, I wanted to do 400 performances.
Okay.
And I hit the 631 or something, which is great. I'm really happy about that.
It's only 365 days in a year.
Now the question is, for next year, do I just set it at 630 and try and meet my mark, or do I set it at 700?
I think you should start at 1.
That's
where you gotta start.
That is a great way.
It's like when people want to lose weight, they want to lose 100 pounds. Lose 1 pound and then figure out the other 99. That's what I say. I'm 140 pounds. I've been trying to gain 1 pound for the last 3 years. I have failed every year.
Just hit me up.
My New Year resolution is not to gain weight, but to meet the people that just want to lose it.
They're everywhere. Those people are. If you're not meeting those people, you are the most inwardly focused New Yorker of all time. Too many goals. That's my problem. I mean, if you look at this, I don't know if you could see that. There's a ton of goals. I think the real goal is to pare it down to 0. Or maybe 1 or 2 goals. I think that's the hardest thing.
And I just want to say, what we're going to start talking about more, and then we're going to get really in deep about stand-up comedy, comedy world, going out there for auditions, what comedy means for us, we're going to have great guests all the time.
Well, that reminds me, one of the figurines I made was DJ Dolphin. All right, that matters. Okay, so
Kevin's gonna get a lot of dates coming in the new year with DJ Dolphin.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So we have a guest, fellow comedian,
Mike Shvenderman.
Hello.
Welcome, man.
How you guys doing?
Good to see you. Yeah.
Good to see you.
Thanks for Mike. Yeah, Mike brought the fries up. How long have you been doing comedy?
Almost 4 years, but I like to say half. So I think half is funny, so I'll say 3.5.
Oh, 3.5. Okay, right. Half's good.
I forgot that. Because I'm a bad Jew, but I forgot that you guys are more Jewish than me, so I got pork on the fries.
Oh, it's fine, man. I mean, he's not even Ishmael.
Oh no, I grew up Catholic.
He's Catholic.
Oh, really?
But even in the Bible it says no pork, but my family doesn't.
In Catholicism?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm a bad religious person.
I haven't killed anybody. So I think that's a more important commandment.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not kill. So pork is fine.
I think the sad thing is that Ismael may be the best Jew here, and he's Catholic. That's what I'm concerned about. But we're not like scoring each other.
Yeah.
Ish and I have a weird.
Scoring.
Yes, Jew score. What's your Jew score?
What's your Jew score?
Oh, we got this guy at an 8 out of 70.
8 out of 70.
Yeah, the Jew score has to have
like
a weird top. Yeah, Jew score. That's something.
That's something right there.
JewScore.com. Don't buy it.
JewScore.com. It's your credit score.
Yeah. JewScore.com. It's a combination of your credit score, how much pork you eat per year,
how much complaining you do,
and yeah,
about the pork you eat and your credit score.
Yeah,
sounds about right to me.
That sounds about right.
Ish and I, we have this origin story. I'll share this and see if maybe you have something like that.
Sure.
I was at an open mic on the Lower East Side. This was the beginning of the year. Afterwards, we went to an event that was it was for like producing for like web TV, kind of like what this is.
Right.
And I was there to like network and try and find more jobs.
Right.
I'm talking to the organizer and I'm thinking I'm just gonna bounce and go to another mic, and then this guy came in. It's Mark, and I was like, oh, he's like, you should totally talk to Mark. And I shook his hand. I was like, Mark, okay. And then I went to the bar and I was like, hey, what's up, Mark? And you go, my name's Ismael.
I was highly offended by this person.
Yeah. Like I don't know who you're talking about. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. You look like this guy that I just met, and you were like, oh, you probably saw me. I'm hosting and doing comedy. I was like, no, I just showed up. And then I said, but I actually came from an open mic.
Right.
So I'd love to talk shop with you. And I heard you've been doing it for like 7 years or so. And I was like, this is cool. You got a cool gig. And then I saw you get up, and we talked for like half an hour, and just like asked him a lot of questions, and I was actually psyched. We were kind of hitting it off.
Yeah.
You guys made out.
Pretty much, yeah. We mentally made out.
Yeah.
There's a thing that with the meeting of comedic minds.
Exactly. Meshing.
They mesh. And he gets up, and I mean the room, it had like tile floors, so it was really noisy.
Yeah.
And there was all these people in little groups just talking to each other,
right.
like hot girls with their backs to the mic. And Ish, he would like walk up to them and be like, I buried a dead body in my garage.
And no one said anything. No one reacted.
No one's responding. You could say anything at that point, and no one cares.
It was weird. The only thing that kept me going is there was like a one corner pocket of people who loved me.
Yeah.
They loved me.
There was that dude in the back who was just like,
They were broadcasting live the Webbies from LA. The thing was they wanted me to host it and do stand up. Mm-hmm. And it was not like people who are not in stand up don't understand. It's not about putting a microphone and having people there. Right. People have to know that it's stand-up.
I guess you can only host, really. Like, you can kind of be a hype man.
Oh, they wanted me to do my act. I'm a solid comic.
He's good.
I
crushes.
Bombed.
Yeah.
I bombed. They hated me. It was the worst. I brought my friend in, Brian John. He's a really funny comedian.
He's great.
He hated his existence when he was there. I told him 5 minutes. After 2, he said, are we still friends if I get off right now? And I said, we are, but we need to stay on for 1 more minute.
Well, that's the thing with stand-up, man. Sometimes people don't get, some people that just don't understand what stand-up is.
Yeah.
And then some people just don't want, like, if you're not coming for stand-up, sometimes you just don't want to do that. Because it's such an engaging thing. It's not like music where you can kind of, it's in a background noise. Like, you have to be engaged.
Yeah. You have to understand, I'm going to stay quiet now just to pay attention. And some people weren't into that.
Yeah. So I've done shows like that where like the person that's producing it doesn't really know how to produce well.
Yeah.
So you'll have people at the bar that don't want anything to do with it, and then you're like, you have to force your way in, and then they don't like you because you're interrupting them.
Exactly.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
It's invasive.
So I got frustrated. I'll admit it. I got frustrated, and then I said, "Hey, Kevin, I turned to him and said, "Hey, you want to do?"
Well, no. What you said was you were like dying up there. You're like, I'm dying up here, guys. Anybody else want to get up here? And I raised my hand, and Ish, you looked over at. You should see. This is your expression. You were like, "What's your name again?" Because you were like, you leaned in, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Berrey." And I get up there, and everybody turns around to look at me because they're all with this expression of, "Who's this schmuck?"
Yeah.
They're just like, who is this guy?
Yeah. As if they were even paying attention.
Yeah,
So
but now I had their attention, which
Yeah.
was the clincher, and I did and whatever. Tell them what happened.
Yeah, so I think because it was just something different, or maybe because they hated me and they wanted me to get off the stage, they actually turned around and paid attention. And Kevin was able to get some laughs. I mean, it was still tough because people were still engaging, but he was able to get some laughs. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to ride his wave just to close out the show. He did pretty good. I came back on. Once I grabbed the microphone, they just completely were like, we hate. They just started talking again, and they turned around. I was like, this is ridiculous.
That's the worst.
So yeah, but that's how we met. That's how we met. And the funny thing is,
go ahead.
I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Yeah.
But I had a really good feeling with Kevin, and I told him, hey, I'm going to the cellar to hang out. You want to come?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, I don't know. And I started walking out, and he came out and chased me and said, no, I'm gonna come.
Yeah, I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
So I just did a room in Brooklyn where it's like the second I got on, they just hated me. So then, like about a minute in, I just flipped it around and just talked about how because that was the third show I did that at. So I talked about how like I just did well, and like how like in comedy it's like just cut. You just gotta cut it out sometimes and like not do that third show. And I just went off into a rant. And that actually got them back in. That got them to like me. It's weird. It's such a weird thing. If I'm an anti-Hulk on stage, that works really well for me. Where like if I bring myself down, that it's more relatable. Because I come off as kind of a prick. Like people that don't know me won't like me. Off the bat.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention that. But.
Yeah.
I just met him today, and I hate his guts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess my face looks pricky. I don't know what it is. But
It's your eyebrows.
So in your act, you got to turn the comedy to kind of flip the predetermined notion that people probably get the first time they even look at you, besides meeting you, for whatever reason it is.
Right.
And that's great. I mean, that's honing in your craft, knowing that you have to manipulate the comedy to do that. And some people don't understand it. They just want to go and tell any joke that they want to, and it doesn't work like that. The audience has to see the humor coming from you, or see that you're doing something different. It's just, that's the art of it. It's not about just going up and telling jokes, which, even for me, like it takes years to understand that. It takes years. Even the best, when you watch them, they were like, it takes years to finally find your voice. That's the biggest thing.
Right. I mean, I've been pretty crazy in my past days.
Yeah, and you can smell, you can hear it, you can just taste a little bit of it from those bits. And I was like, this guy, I want to see more of what he's doing, but he also scares me a little. and that can be great. Like you use whatever it is that you have, and that hooks people in. Cause like, what the hell is he gonna say next?
Right.
So like.
Well, I think partially that is because I think I lost my mind like a little while ago. So now I'm just trying to figure out how to hone it in and make the best of it. Right?
Rein it in.
Bring it in.
Having it, like Chris Rock said, having a breakdown is sometimes the best thing. It's the only thing you can do is go up.
Yeah, and you kind of have to just admit it and just be like, you know what? I had a breakdown, and just like you said, acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Explore. Okay, why did it happen, and then move on.
Right.
And use it kind of to propel you.
Cool, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, it's been great to
Yeah,
have
it
you
was
on.
awesome. We'll definitely have you on again.
Yeah.
And this is episode 1.
Yeah, episode
please,
1.
everybody, you can
New
watch
Year's.
episode 0, which was the just the very beginning.
Yeah, the Christmas episode.
We got the takeout this time.
Look at this, guys. This is delicious at Point Break.
They're called Southern Sloppy Fries.
Southern sloppy fries. Real quick, man. Do you have any New Year's resolution?
My New Year's resolution last year was to stay hydrated, and I did pretty well with that.
Nice.
This year, my New Year's resolution is going to be to get a haircut and stop looking like Macaulay Culkin.
That's going to be tough.
You know what, Michael? I like that.
How about you, Ish?
To gain 1 pound. That's what I'm trying to do.
Right, you
want to say
141. Trying to get to 141.
Nice.
What's your resolution, guys? That's what I want to hear. Do you have a single resolution? Do you have an anti-resolution? Is there something that you don't want to change? Like, to me, I want to just keep doing comedy as much as I have been. We're in New York City at Point Break. Come here on Saturday nights at 7:30 and 10 p.m. to see the Shvendy's comedy show. It's a great show. I know it is. He's on it. I'm on it. Ish will probably be on it. We're
Absolutely.
out. Yeah,
All
peace
right.
out, guys. Thank you.
Take care.
See you next time.